are live, people. Blood flowed today in Game of Thrones, Battle of the Bastards, Season 6, Episode 9. Welcome, and this is Thunder E from Booredatwork, and of course I have with me Mr. Sam, a.k.a. Black Iron Man. I was going to say Iron _ Man, but yeah, Black Iron Man. How's it going, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. And of course, Mr. Lou.
What up?
All right, let's do this, people. So, this was the episode we've been waiting for. But before we get to the battle, they started off with, Daenerys flexing some muscle and showing us how she is going to terrorize people in the future. All right, Sam, what do you think about that?
It was actually a very, very good episode. I'm actually very impressed with how they pulled that off, because you left with a situation where she had to literally show up or shut up. Her city's getting bombarded. It's like, how do you basically finally make these guys pay without like fighting more wars, without and before you get back to the Seven Kingdoms? Yeah. And they're like, you know what, just bring those dragons out. Let's see those dragons do their thing. And it's crazy. They came out and they wreaked havoc. And I like how I like the end, how that ended. How what's his name? Worm or whatever they call him.
Oh, the Unsullied? How you cut those two guys? Oh, man, that was slick.
No. I like the setup. How he's like, one of you has to die. And then the other one's like, because the thing is this, right? Regardless, right? If you say one of you has to die, whoever begs for their life is most likely the one that's going to survive anyway, because that's the person who's going to capitulate at the end of the day, right? So it's like, the other guy's like, oh, kill him. He's not one of us.
Yeah, that's how you know the true masters.
Your own words. Yep.
How about you, Lou? How about that opening sequence? Because I know a lot of people have been tired of Daenerys and Harara, but what were your thoughts?
I honestly didn't think they were going to touch on it this week. I didn't expect it, but since we got it, it looked gorgeous. The dragons look good, and she's showing everyone who's boss.
Yeah, I mean, definitely she did. She came in, and, I love the fact that when she was talking to Tyrion was like, I kind of fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry. But I had a good plan. Like, that's what he was trying to tell her. And she's like, okay, I hear you. It's good, but this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, but I think Tyrion said some very, very interesting things. Because the guy does not hide from the truth. He's like, yeah, my brother killed your father. And this is why he killed your father. Because your father was doing the same thing that you're advocating to do right now, which is go and murder women and children, destroy cities. Why would you do that? Yeah. So he got her thinking. I like the Tyrion. I think they found this nice role for Tyrion to be her conscience. She would go back, and instead of destroying like the whole Seven Kingdoms, everyone who sided against her. Against her family. Now it's like, okay, she's going to play the game. She would have to have allies. So she can't just go back and just whoop everyone's ass. She has to make friends. So this is actually pretty cool.
No, you're right. I mean, Tyrion's journey has always been one of being the conscience. I mean, he tried to be for his nephew who was a dick and the king.
No, he wasn't the conscience. He was God to his nephew. Like, what you say, boy?
But he's found his place, and I like that, and I like that the aspect of what's his name again? Ironborns.
Gray something.
Come on, please, guys, remind me, Ironborn.
Beyond Greyjoy.
Yeah, they made it there, and we can't hear you yet, Andrew, but welcome. Greyjoy, I can't hear you still.
You're muted.
You're muted. Unmute yourself.
How about now?
Oh, yes. We can hear you.
Fine, my friend.
All right. Well, I just got back after watching an incredible game.
Yeah. That was a very good game. But we're talking Game of Thrones now.
Another game.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of the greatest battles ever.
Yeah. But before the battle, we're talking about Daenerys, that scene at the beginning. Because no one was expecting that. Everybody thought it was going to be straight up Battle of the Bastards. What do you think about how she handled her business and how everything was set up?
Is that for me?
Yes, that would be for you because you're late.
Yeah. I thought she handled it better than I thought it would. I thought she'd come in and just. It was obvious that she was gonna unleash the dragons on them, but I thought she would take a while, and it was really smart. I liked the Khalasar coming in to kill the Sons of Harpy.
Yeah.
So overall, I really liked it.
Yeah. No, it was definitely good. Now that she's made a pact with the Ironborn with the 100 ships, plus the ships that she's taken from the Masters. Does that mean that is she gonna hit? The question is she gonna hit next season at some point? Will she hit King's Landing next season at some point?
She has to. What else is there for her to do in Slaver's Bay? Like, she's killed. Like, she's given them like 3 chances, and they let one guy survive and said, "Go tell everybody that these dragons are fucking shit up." If they don't listen to that now, and it's hopeless.
It's hopeless. Yeah, definitely.
Just go and conquer Westeros. Let them know, like, hey, man, I got people back over here, and then, or it's gonna be trouble for them.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to, of course, the Battle of the Bastards, and we lost another Stark today. Have a moment of silence for Recon, who, of course, we didn't see much of him, but it looked like he might live since homie was, missing with the arrows, but
he was missing on purpose.
I know, dude. When I saw that, I was sending text messages like, Ramsey needs to die. Granted, you were behind. I'm sorry.
I was 2 minutes behind you.
So I was spoiling it for Lou there, but but okay. So let's talk about the Battle of the Bastards. The battle itself, the lead up. Starting with you, Andrew. What did you think about just the setup of the battle? Because this is the most expensive episode in Game of Thrones history. It is pegged at over 10 million right now. That's the reports on it. What do you think about the setup, the battle, everything?
Yeah, you could definitely tell that this was a major production because you gotta remember in season 1, they were saying, "Oh my God, we spent $10 million on this season. This is such an expensive show.
Yeah,
we spent $10 million in an hour today." So.
Yeah.
This was like a really big. I thought I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. The classic one, Braveheart.
Braveheart, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot like that in terms of the typical trope of the setup, where 2 forces line up. You got the vanguard coming up, and then it's just arrows and arrows and arrows, and then all of a sudden there's just 2 forces rushing each other. Yeah. I thought, whatever, that's typical. But then you start seeing them really start fighting in close combat.
Yeah.
That whole, I watched the inside of the episode when they got circled in. They took that out of a Roman fight that happened during that era. I don't remember the name of that battle, but it looked.
It was the Battle of Carthage. Basically, when what's his name, Attila the Hun encircled the Roman army and just massacred them.
Thank you very much for giving us our historical battle lessons, Sam. Looks like you're the warrior in the group. Continue, Sam.
It's just an insider show. I'm just saying what was on the insider show. That's all.
Yo, that insider episode, the part of this episode was good.
Yeah. I need to definitely check it out. So, Lou, what about you? What else did you like about the whole battle sequence?
Dude, just, Sansa stating her business. Look, man, I live with this psychopath. I know how he thinks. She tried to warn him, and that's the first thing he did, was toy with Jon by sending his little brother off on a journey.
We have Bowman.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Warren, we can't hear you yet.
Don't worry.
It giving us all an issue. Yeah, my audio died, so I had to switch audio to a different.
I guess it's a hangout thing.
Problem here too. If anyone constantly holding this, it's because this thing came off. I stepped on it when I was doing something last week. So now I have to hold it like this.
I heard duct tape works really well.
Yeah. You put that stuff in and you put it on the right setting and duct tape the hell out of it.
So I got this really big head, so by the time I tape it and then it has to go on my head, everything gets messed up.
So Sam, what about you? What do you think about the battle?
The battle was awesome, man. I think the battle was definitely worth the amount of money they spent on it. Because when you see them do the shield wall, it was like, wow, okay, that's like they went back, like Leroy said, it went back to Roman times. Yeah. But then you see the desperation in the eyes of the, of the, I guess,
of all of them.
No, not even just. I mean, the what was their names again? The Starks, right? The Starks army. So basically, the wildlings and the other guys, the guys who Stannis' guys, right? No, the wildlings and Stannis' guys. You kind of see their eyes, and it's like you can see people running away up the hill of dead bodies because, I guess like if you remember, they said the same thing in The Insider, right? And if you remember from school, when the Civil War was fought, the piles of bodies became obstructions on the battlefield, and they did that perfectly. When you have like 3,000 on one side and 1,500 on one side, when you have about 200-300 bodies dead, it's a pile. Okay,
it reminded me of that one episode of Spartacus where they had the ice wall of dead people.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. I mean, that.
300 too. They had
300 also. I'll say because they had the blockade there in that narrow pass. You're just gonna have bodies piling up, and they had to clear it out like after they had finished fighting. No, definitely. I like the way they played where it looked like Jon Snow was actually going to die again. I mean, you knew he would, but I was like, come on. I mean, I know they're stepping up. I mean, really, guys?
I was thinking. No, come on now. This will be the most fucked up way to die. Homie was like, I can't breathe. Get me out this shit. I'm struggling.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was.
And what's up with Redhead, man? He was getting manhandled by the Barbarian King.
Remember, he got sliced too. Remember, he
had only one arm.
He was fighting handicap. I was like. My mind was when he got cut and then he decided to get beaten. I was like, man, his girl's not around, man. Like he needs to stay alive. He needs to stay alive before.
We need some Brienne action with him.
We cannot have this. We cannot have this.
I felt bad for the Giant.
Yeah, I know. I did too, man.
Yo, homie took over what, like 100 arrows?
He bore the brunt of everything, pretty much.
And the fucking arrow that finally took him down was the one in the eye.
From like that was the nail in the coffin of fucking Bolton, man.
Yeah.
That was just a nail in the coffin. It was like, come on, it's a giant. The giant would have survived, but you just had to kill him.
Yeah.
I don't know if the giant would have survived, but.
Hey, I wouldn't think the giant would have survived.
I think he would have.
Don't take away my hope.
I think he would have survived.
Hey, you know what?
The arrow went through his eye into his brain, so that just cut it off right there. Sorry, Andrew.
The giant, that was just acupuncture. He would have survived that. The thing that messed him up was when the arrow went in his eye and like tickled his brain, and that killed him.
Yeah, tickled his brain. All right, so now let's talk about, of course, the death of Ramsey. I mean,
I just have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where the fuck was Ghost?
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Ghost should have saved homeboy.
No.
Ghost was literally Ghost.
No. That's a good. That is not the kind of battle you want to put Ghost in, especially when you're shorthanded like that.
Yeah. Ghost is more for like smaller ventures and.
Yeah, but you don't want to put him in that kind of battle. This arrows alone would be dead. Like they would just.
Battlefield, like those arrows coming down, those would have been 3 seconds. Like
guess what? The young wolf used his dire wolf.
His was massive, and he had a huge army too.
Ghost is the runt of that litter. He was the smallest one.
Yeah, remember his brother's dire wolf was like almost the size of a horse.
Ghost only needed to make the appearance at the end.
Ghost is stealthy, man. That's his job. His job.
I honestly felt that when Sansa was talking to Ramsey. I'm like, okay.
I thought Ghost was gonna come out of it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh shit, Ghost is gonna go get some dinner. Oh no, we got Ramsey's people instead.
Yeah. So Andrew, what do you think about Ramsey's the way he died? Do you think that was? See, that's the question because after everything, I was like, how do you kill this bastard that I feel satisfied?
Yeah, it had to be a horrible, painful, poetic death. And when it was just Jon smashing his face to bits, I was like, all right, yeah, get out your frustration. but this still isn't quite what I wanted. I was like, this is not it. And then when he stopped, I was like, oh, is he going to Sansa stab him? That'll suck. But then, when I see Sansa talking to him in the jail, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, snap, she's going to get the dogs on him, isn't she? And then to see the dogs come and just lay into him. And I'm just like, all right, I respect that. I like that.
I'll take that ending. My dogs are loyal. No, they ain't, bitch, because you ain't feed them in 7 days.
What do you think about his death, Sam?
He was too cocksure. I almost didn't want him to die. I wanted him to become another Reek, or to escape and be one of the villains of next season. Maybe join the Freys. That would cement his badassness. Because at first I was like, well, Ramsey's gonna die on the battlefield, and then I was like, when he did the whole thing with the youngest Stark, then I was like, damn. Ramsey just cemented himself as the worst badass, or like the baddest badass of the whole fucking series.
Yeah.
Like, no one has done anything as bad as he has right now. They need. I was like, well, maybe they should keep him. Maybe they should just keep him around. But
so you're saying he surpassed Joffrey chopping off Ned's head?
Oh no, he definitely.
No. Joffrey hit the heights. Remember, Joffrey is the one that made us realize what Game of Thrones is all about, and especially us who never read the books, because we're like, and you're like, whoa. You know, that happened. That's what Joffrey did. Joffrey just went to the pinnacle, and then it's different from there. But I agree with you guys. I was like Andrew, where I was like, you know what, Jon Snow punching him was cool, but that's not the way he has to die. There's just no way that's the way it's going to end. It needed to be something more. It needed to be something where, he got that payback. And I actually wanted Sansa to stab him on the floor at first, but when she set the dogs on him, I was like, yeah, you kill the baby like that, no.
I wanted Sansa to chop off his cock and mail it to Theon. Be like, I got your redemption. But I'll take the dogs getting food out of it. So, and that's his own goddamn fault for feeding them dogs humans so much.
Yeah.
They got a taste for it, and then that one went up and licked his face like, ooh, you taste good.
Yeah, this is very true. Very true.
Dinner time.
Yeah, no, overall, how would you rate the episode this season? Andrew? I can't hear you. No audio. Got it.
Giving it a 10.
How about now? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't rate this a perfect 10, but it's a 9 point something. I only had minor complaints about this, and even actually, you know what? I'm giving it a 10 because the things that I hate. My complaints were actually like good storytelling, basically. My complaints were like, I fucking hate Sansa even more for her not just coming out with it and saying, wait 3 hours and I can bring a goddamn army to win this thing for us. But that's still good storytelling for them to make me have these feelings. So
yeah, he's like I needed the storytelling for the feelings. How about you, Lou?
I'm gonna give the episode a 10, hands down. And to your little point, Andrew, we really didn't know they were going to show up.
Yeah.
So that's why their entrance was so poetic. It's always that when your chips are down, you get that massive army that comes to your rescue.
Yeah.
That little figure up on that horse on the hilltop with a little smirk on his face, like, yeah, bitch, you owe me now.
I like how they decimated the shield wall, though. Just rode horses, literally just rode horses through the whole thing.
You want to know what it reminded me of? The Two Towers, when Gandalf showed up with that army and they came down the hill.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely true.
In the eastern sky.
Yeah. How about you, Sam? How would you rate the episode?
I'll definitely give this episode probably like a 9.5. I think storytelling-wise, you need that hour and a half. This, realistically for me, this should have been episode 10, right? You need that hour and a half to really go back and forth and find out what was happening in there. Did he torture the kid? What did he do beforehand? You really need to actually feel this kind of thing out. This is a little mini movie.
Yeah, it was.
Especially this episode. And I would have loved to see a little bit more of Daenerys and Theon, that whole back and forth. I would have loved Theon to finally go out and just basically, scream out at what's his name, Tyrion, like, yo, this is what happened to me, okay? Enough. This is what happened to me. I got my comeuppance, all right?
I don't think he wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
I don't think he does.
I think he's there. I think he's moved on in the fact that he's ready to do stuff, but he's not mentioning anything.
No, I wanted to see him have an outburst because I think Theon is actually a pretty good sword fighter. He's cocksure. He's a good fighter. But I wanted to see him angry. I wanted to see him angry. Oh yeah, very bad pun. Angry. So that basically we could get Theon back, I thought Theon was going to come out of it. I thought that was going to be the push. I would love to see that story, but we're not going to get that story. So there are a lot of things I would love to see, but what we did see was worth a 10.5. So 10 for the episode overall, I take a 0.5 out for just the little nit here and there that I would like to see.
I love how like everybody started. Other than Lou. Everybody started over to 9.5 at 9, and after explaining themselves, they're like, yeah, you know what, forget it. It's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10. We're gonna call it a 10. Yeah.
No. It's still a 9.5. I'm just saying I give it a 10, but I'm taking away 0.5 because there are a few things I would love to see that I did.
Hey Warren, how's it going? Can we hear you now?
Hopefully so.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Woo! Warren is in the house. Okay,
I
Warren.
hate hangouts. I hate hangouts. I really do.
Don't worry. We all had our technical issues here. In the chat, a bunch of people. Joshua says 10 over 10. Same thing with Bradley. Joshua also talks about Theon's sister flirting with Daenerys. Yeah, man. She is out. So she's like, well, look, you're a fine queen. I will serve you, and I will serve you.
Serve you.
All right, so Warren, since you're joining us, starting off, how would you describe that opening sequence with Daenerys, her dragons, how she handles stuff? What do you think about that?
That sequence, I really thought I guess it was the best way to. It's hard to say because they kind of just jumped right into it. There really wasn't a whole lot of talk between them or him defending herself with the other two advisors getting pissed and kind of saying, yeah, he fucked up everything. But it's also seeing that she kind of like realized that she was like, that at least she has a city still, because it could have been a lot worse if he hadn't done something. Mm-hmm. So they kind of so jumped into it that relatively didn't even matter. It was just the whole point of, I have 3 dragons, I'm gonna do this, and she basically, all the Tyrion said, hey, don't burn everything down.
That's true, yeah. That's what
that scene kind of wraps itself up to being. There's not a lot of dialogue. They really jump into that very fast. You need to show them your power, which you can do. I think the most impressive thing was when home dude sliced 2 throats at the same time. I thought that was like.
I know. I was watching. I was like, woo!
And then Tyrion just goes, so you need to go tell them when they think about doing this again. Tell them what happened here.
Yeah.
That was just that to me was the most important part of that whole scene. Not so much dragons burning up stuff.
That scene was, though? Remember, you know how poetic that scene was, where Tyrion at the start is shorter than every single person was trying to ask for everyone to say, basically trying to ask for the surrender, and they're going back insulting and whatever, you be queen of beggars and whatever. By the time it was done, Tyrion was taller than that dude. Pats him on the shoulder, walks away. I'm like, bravo, well done.
Well, I guess your people got to get a win once in a while.
He got his win back in Blackwater when he held on the fort so Daddy showed up. Yeah. But inside, HBO made a good point. When Daenerys left, her city was getting fucked up. She called back to her city getting fucked up. Tyrion did his job. He brought peace. Mm-hmm. All that ended up happening was those masters noticed that she wasn't around yet, so they figured, well, we're going to come with our boats and wreak havoc. But little did they know, Mama came home at the right time.
And then, the baby dragons were like, oh, Big Brother's here. Okay, cool, we can come out.
Play.
I think at the end of the day, Drago is fully grown. I think the other two still have some growing to do. I think they're all going to be the same size by the time they grow. By the time the season's over.
I think the other two might be just a little smaller.
The two of them are going to be just a little smaller. But see, that's the only thing I would say with the scene I'd have the problem with is that they didn't flesh out the fact that Tyrion did his job so well. They just really kind of did a half scene of dialogue to jump into just dragons burning shit.
No, I think they did. I think they just didn't explain it because remember, she said good, and then she moved on, meaning okay, look, I'm going to take your advice, but I'm not going to burn everything, and she did it. Remember, she said.
Well, yeah, no, that part there, I would have just liked to seen him have to defend himself as to what's happening with the other two advisors saying, well, we didn't choose to do this, kind of not dry snitching on him, but just basically throwing him under the bus.
No, see, but I think we got that when they were talking to the Ironborn. He was there, and she let him just rail on the dude. Remember, Queen is supposed to be having an audience, and she was like, he's just like, I think that was just the idea. It's like, look, there's no need to go back and dwell on that. He did his job, the Queen accepted, and the Queen even took his advice and said, okay, fine, I'm not going to burn everything out.
To that point, let's be real. You can't take the advice of Grey Worm, because Grey Worm, all he is a military leader. He doesn't know he knows strategy, but he doesn't know how to handle that situation. So his advice would have been, we shouldn't make a movie with them. We just patrol all the time. And Homegirl, really, what can she advise on?
That's so wrong.
She's just a translator.
Homegirl, what can she advise on?
Well, she's supposed to be another type of character that they're not even really doing so much in, but it's just funny that they hinted at that with the Ironborn girl. And Maester Kameka knows what I'm talking about. That's what she's supposed to be, though, and they don't even talk about that.
Maester Kameka, can you tell us? Okay, spoiler. Well, Andrew's going to give us a little spoiler now, so take notes.
I'm having trouble with my mic.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, in the books, at nighttime, Kenny discovers that she has an affinity for women as well, and one of her advisors is one of the women that assists her in this discovery.
Okay.
She's not in this. She's not in this the show version. So it could have been Masandi, but she's not doing that. So maybe Yara is going to be the one to help her discover that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Honestly, Yara talks like she'll take your girl if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, Yara is ready to jump right in.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was more she was just willing to do anything she needed to do than to get
there's
get
that,
the shit
but
done.
Yara is a pimp. Forget everything else. After that last episode, as she's like, look, brother, you can whine all you want. I'm chasing that girl right there. And Yara's like, Daenerys is beautiful. It's good. I'm going. So I think her mindset is, yeah, I'll do what I need to do, but she's also like that too. So,
but,
who's going to want to smash that besides her own brother in, like, season 1?
Season 2.
Season 2, whatever it was.
All right, so what do you think about...
Think about it. Theon back then was just a horn dog. You were a walking female. He was trying to bang you. Didn't even realize that was his sister. He was, giving her the nice little rub down on the horseback. And then he finds out when he gets in the castle, they're brother and sister. I'm still pretty sure he would tap it, though.
That's so wrong. So what do you think? Okay, now getting on to the meat of the matter. The Battle of the Bastards. I mean, thoughts on that, and also thoughts on the death of Jon Snow.
You mean Ramsey?
Oh, sorry, Ramsey. Wow, I just said Jon Snow.
Oh, Ramsey Snow. Or Ramsey, who used to be Snow, now Bolton.
Yeah.
You're gonna get cussed out in the chat now.
Nah.
Jon was gonna die again when he was being trampled, and I was like, I gotta change the channel. I can't watch this again.
No.
I know, right?
Oh, they weren't gonna kill him off again. They dedicated a whole damn episode to him coming back to life. There's no way they're killing him that fast.
In my mind, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna bring this dude back just to kill him 6 episodes later.
And then just 6 episodes like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, not even like tricked or killed in battle. He's just gonna get trampled. Like, no way. They're not doing this to Jon Snow. And I'm waiting for a second. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go back just in case. And all of a sudden, he's standing up, and they're doing the freaking wall. I'm like, wait, what is going on?
Yeah. I mean, my mindset is Jon Snow only dies by the hand of the Night King. If not, I mean, forget it. I'm sorry. I can't deal with anyone else but him.
Jon Snow gave us his best Conan the Barbarian stance when all those horses were coming at him. Conan would always just stand up like in a baseball swing. So Jon Snow gave you your.
Except Conan the Barbarian was like 3 times bigger. Just
okay, now I ain't saying he was.
They should have been playing the song. Dun 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 dun.
I ain't saying he was Arnold. Now Arnold, no one could copy that freak.
All right, so back to you, Warren. What were your thoughts? Thoughts on the battle? Thoughts on how Ramsey died? Give it to us. Come on.
Well, Ramsey. I mean, it was interesting. They had the battle that was going down, and it was cool that they were doing the battle, and you saw the war, and you saw how the war turned once Littlefinger and his crew showed up, which we all expected. He was going to come around the corner just like we thought they were going to do, and completely changed the battle, and then Jon Snow gets on the paddle, and then this is where we get the TV moment where now the good guy is gonna go kill the bad guy, and he's looking at Ramsey Snow, and Ramsey Snow's like, "Fuck this, I'm out," with the hardest look on his face, like, I don't want to fight Jon. And he knew he didn't want to fight Jon Snow at all. At all. And then they get to the point where we'll just keep Winterfell. And everybody's like, there's no army here, you dumbass. We'll just wait him out. And here comes a giant. And then that just
like, their army's gone. And the dude was like, nigga, our army's gone too.
Look at him like, bro, I don't think we keeping Snow out, bro. he done came back from the dead. I don't think we're dealing with a regular dude here. And then he gets there, and the interesting thing is that he starts shooting those arrows at him, which I'm just like, you can tell it's like a last-ditch thing. Because I'm like, what makes he think he's going to hit him with any of these arrows? And he's shooting dead point into a shield. And I'm like, Ramsey, this isn't going to end well for you. And it nearly beats the living daylights out of him. And it was to the point like he was punching off.
Beating daylight out of him.
No, he was still living. He was still living long enough. Long enough. It was like when you saw him beating him down, you could feel the wrath of about 10 million fans over each punching Ramsey Snow in the face.
Ramsey Snow got beat down during daylight. When he arose, it was already nighttime.
Yeah. He got beaten the next week.
In the great word of Friday.
Okay,
He got the fuck out.
Yeah, he did.
My questions to you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens now to all the houses of the north that turned them down? What happens to the Karstarks? I think the Karstarks are...
the Karstarks...
The Karstarks are already pretty much done as it is. And what's his name? John Umber, whoever his name was?
John Umber.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much he pretty much went all in, and now he just took an L. So, and that family was already kind of decimated anyway. So, for the most part, I think they'll just kind of be. They won't. I don't think they'll kill him off, but I think they'll just be kind of, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And most like Littlefinger will take that over. Do whatever they have, I guarantee Littlefinger just snatch that up.
But I think you just run the house after this.
They're going to kill all of the Bolton men. Like, they got
they got to off them all. The house will disappear. Remember I said
that's what she said. That's what she said. His house will be no more.
Like servants and all. Like
they're killing everybody.
But like John's gonna stop them from like taking action against anybody that didn't support them because he knows they're gonna need them.
Yeah.
That they were just scared and tired from war. So I think that's.
Well, I don't know. The one that they went to that they cussed them out. The dude cussed Sansa out. I think they're gonna take an L. I think they're taking an L.
They're just gonna accept that and then like say like, look, the Night King's coming. We're gonna need every single person. We got the North is gonna be facing a war from the south soon, probably.
I don't see. The thing is, I don't know if that's gonna work like that, because how the North is and about loyalty. Those houses that were loyal to them are gonna be like, well, what are you gonna do about these houses here that didn't stay loyal to the Starks?
I think you're right, but I also think
that's a trust, but that's a trust issue. They don't know what's going on what's coming down, and no matter what Jon Snow and the rest of them could tell them what's going down, there's no way they're gonna believe it until they actually see it come down.
But I think if you remember the previous, because now I'm jumping ahead. If you remember the previous next episode, basically what he says is basically having a conversation. He says we now have more enemies than we ever did. So there is going to be that tension.
There's going to be you don't have that war where the North was essentially split because of the Boltons. Yeah. And that all of a sudden just comes back together. It was just like how you had the war in Essos with the Slavers Bay and the other cities that were warring against each other. When something breaks and fractures like that, it doesn't all of a sudden come back all together. Even with the Starks back in the power, there is going to be, I guarantee you, a lot of beheadings and things going down to prove to award loyalty. They're going to award loyalty to those houses that came to their aid, especially the what is it? What are the names?
The House of 62 Men.
No, the House of
62. Yeah,
the Mormonts. The Mormonts are going to get a whole hell of a lot of shit now, because now they're in a much better light towards the Starks, because they offered something. Yeah. They offered something to them, and such. So I see them getting something out of that. But there's going to be a lot of other houses that are either going to be shunned, kicked out, and it's because they're going to have to show that example. The houses that were loyal are going to want to know that if we're going to this war, can we trust these other houses to be loyal? And they just showed that these men are not loyal. So we can't have these unloyal people around us when shit hits the fan.
I think what they're just going to do is they're going to show favor to the houses that were loyal. So, like, in disputes, like, if House Mormont has a dispute with someone, like, from, like, one of the Umbers or something, it's going to be like, well, obviously, I'm siding with the Mormonts. If whatchamacallit, if somebody that was disloyal comes to the Stark with a problem, they're going to say, well, here's 5 men. If you were low, you would have got 30 or something like that. Like,
I think what's going to happen is that I think a lot of the
same level of treatment that a Stark typically gives to, like, his underlings.
Yeah, but you have to think about their whole big thing is loyalty, and they had a whole bunch of houses that were not loyal to them, and usually if you're not unloyalness for them is it's like nearly a death penalty.
You can't kill everybody. If 90% of the northern houses didn't come to the Stark's aid, so if you kill everybody, there's no one left for you to rule.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they'll take out all the houses. I think they'll take out some of the lords that are hanging around there. I think they'll take some of those people out and put their people in place that they know that they can trust, that will lead them, because the soldiers are just soldiers and lowborns are just lowborns. They're just going to follow whoever the hell has power. They don't really give a fuck who it is. It's the people that are highborns that they have to keep control of. I
think that's what we're going to see next season. That's going to play a little bit for the beginning of the season, is how they unify the North. Because
I think next season is going to be the most interesting and most boring season, because it's going to be all politics. That's mostly
dialogue.
It's going to be how you unite the North. Daenerys making her journey over. But I think what we're going to get is a mixture of, Daenerys dealing with King's Landing, and also what happens with the Freys. That something happens.
Well, that's the next. Remember, they're the next big bad guys. Like I was saying, once Ramsey was done, and Ramsey died the way I said he was gonna die, by the hands of dogs, it just made sense for him to die the way he did. Walter Frey's next, and they're gonna set some shit up. Some red wedding, purple wedding, green wedding, blue wedding, winter is coming wedding. He's catching an L.
No, Arya Stark has to be the one who delivers that L.
We'll have to wait till next season for that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the previews for next week? I mean,
homie found this little moose that he made for the little girl. He's on a rampage.
Oh yeah, he finally found out. That was one of the saddest scenes to see that, and he just figured everything out. And I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. He didn't know, right? So
he didn't know. He had an idea. He had an idea. It was not confirmed to him because he did not see it and he wasn't there. But he had an idea that it kind of might have went down when he saw the burnt pyre and the little horse, the little rat deer. He put two and two against it. Oh hell!
Stag.
That's what.
Stag.
Yeah. When he saw the stag, he was like, "Shit." So he's gonna want her head, but unfortunately, Jon Snow's gonna save her ass.
I think Jon Snow's gonna save her ass, but Jon Snow's gonna basically probably exile her. Because at the end,
I don't know, because the thing is that they're dealing with these White Walkers that have some magic to them, and she has something of that to offer. Yeah. So they might need her for that specific reason. So, but I think her character's gonna flesh out more. We're gonna get more information, more backstory, more secrets, more things like that. I think will come out.
Dude, she dies. There's no, she dies. Okay. The Onion Knight is gonna kill her.
No, I don't think the Onion Knight will kill her, because there's no way the Onion Knight will kill her and not end up taking an L. And taking an L in the end of the day to that whole thing. And he might just want that. He might want to die for that reason, because of how that went down. That'd be the way she does it.
To just sit back and let that happen. So he's either gonna tell Jon to kill her or expel her, or he's gonna try to do it himself like he did a couple of seasons ago. I just don't see how we can have Davos and her around willingly if Davos knows that she set up Shireen to get burned.
Yeah.
One of them.
But I think interesting enough without that's going to be a dialogue that Jon's going to have to deal with all these other enemies happening at the same time. That's something that I think is going to play itself over a few episodes in the next season of that sort of banter happening while he's trying to decide how to best handle the fractured North.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. And then of course we see Walter Frey having drinks with.
Well, Walter Frey is having his own new wedding with Lannister in the house.
Maybe Jaime will take him out or something. I don't know. I'm just
nah.
That's not gonna happen.
I think he might try to kill Jaime for what Jaime did to his sons. But that's not gonna play out. That's not gonna play out too well for him.
I don't think I'll try to take out Jaime. That wouldn't be the wisest decision in the world, because it's not necessarily like the Lannisters.
It is a very wise decision. Think about it. Who is the top Lannister right now?
Jaime.
Nah, the uncle.
Oh yeah.
The uncle's hand of the king. He's all the way in King's Landing, right? Who's the next like hardcore Lannister? The Queen. She's going to be on the trial. After that, Jaime. Jaime's fighting. Jaime's right there. Who is going to say shit to Walder Frey if Walder Frey kills Jaime?
The 8,000 people that Jaime's bringing with him.
Oh, I know who's gonna say that. Tommen the fucking king, and he's gonna and trust me, the High Septor's gonna fucking love that shit. He's like, all right, let's go in the war name of this. That's all he'll wait for, is to be able to say to do that, and then Walter Frey takes the L. Either way, he's got about another 5 episodes to live.
Walter Frey's death needs to come at the hands of either Arya or Ghost while he's eating his goddamn dinner.
I still believe Walter Frey is going to die peacefully in his sleep. and when they show the image, his hands are going to be crossed just like
this. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Like we all say, I've got to ask you quickly, Warren. How would you rate the episode? 1 through 10.
I don't like doing numbered stuff. I thought it was a great episode. I thought it did what it needed to do. You had ended up with 2 great battles, out of it.
You have to give numbers too.
We all give numbers.
I don't have to give any numbers. I'll 17.
So, okay, it's more than a 10. So, Warren loves this episode more than everybody else.
No, I thought the episode was great. There was a couple flaws, but I thought the whole episode together was good and executed in a way usually these episode 9 episodes work. You got the Battle of the Bastards, and that was the most important thing. You got the fight between Jon Snow and Ramsey Snow. You got the two Snows fighting each other, and one Snow took out the other one. And that's what we got. And then Sansa got a revenge at the end. Mm-hmm. It was a very, very TV-like.
So in the words of Warren, he's giving the episode a 9.5.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. It seems like we all enjoyed the episode. It lived up to our expectations. So if you guys have any questions or any comments about this, or you want to chat more, leave your comments down below in the comment section, and we'll probably join and chit chat with you guys and answer questions, and our book sages can drop some knowledge because people like me do not read books. And
hey, the good thing that I'll say about this episode is that it convinced me the books are still worth reading for the next couple of editions, because there's no way that Martin's going to do it exactly this way.
Yeah.
Some big thing that he keeps, but there are a few items where I'm like incredibly are going to play out differently, particularly with this battle.
Especially with how Ramsey Bolton died. He's going to be a lot more inventive.
More turning between sides, a different person's going to come to the rescue. There's going to be a lot of good things happening in the book. So I encourage people to read the books, because as slow as Martin is, you'll probably read all the ones that have been published so far and still have time before he puts out the new one.
Yeah.
True. All right, guys. Well,
if you think you can finish 5,000 pages that quick.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Definitely check out Mr. Warren Bowman on BW1.com. Subscribe to his channel. Check him out. That's his Twitter handle. Also, Mr. Andrew Cam, what is your Twitter handle? Because we just have your name.
My Twitter handle is my name, Andrew Cam, K-A-M.
All right, Andrew Cam. You can find him on Twitter. Mr. Lou Rod, it is Buddha Rod, and he says Ramsey is dead.
I'm trying to wait for Mr. Maester Kameka. Where's your chain at?
Maester Kameka.
Maester Kameka.
That's your new name. You need to change your name to that, man. Seriously.
Maester Kameka.
I was waiting for him to come on with the chain.
The Maester chain.
He'll have his chain by next season.
Next season, right? And of course,
forging the dragon steel one.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta go back to Old Town this weekend and get it.
And also, follow Sam. His Twitter handle is @blackiron_man. And myself, it is Boored at Work. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, guys. And always enjoy your entertainment.